everyone, I am Evangeline Calamba and today I'm going to be discussing about the athletics topic. I have a guide question here since I am not good in memorizing some questions. So first question, define athletics. Athletics is a term encompassing the human competitive sports and games requiring physical skill and system of training to prepare the athletes for a competition performance. This includes the running races, the jumping, and the throwing competition. That is athletics, more on a track and field. Second question, uh, history of athletics. I'll just give a brief definition, brief summary of the history and background of athletics. Athletics is the world's oldest game. It originated in the ancient Greece, first emerging as a sport around the 9th and 10th century BC. Corobius was the first recorded winner of athletic event on the first ever ancient Olympic Games in 776 BC. The games then spread to Italy around 200 BC. The track and field we know today began developing on the 19th century when the first competitions of track and field took place. It was organized, or mostly of that time, the track and field are organized by educational institution, the sports club, and some military organizations. One of the biggest milestone of the track and field or the athletics came back year 1896 at the Summer Olympic Games, when the athletics together with the marathon comprises majority of the sports event in the Summer Olympics that time. It was also the first time the metric system of measure was introduced to the Olympics, since the athletics or the track and field uses the metric system of measurement in doing the sports. On the 1920s, the athletics or the track and field was played by men alone. It was not for women, or women is not allowed to play that kind of sports. Not until the women's sport movement organized a women's world games back in 1921. But women first played the Olympics in the year 1928. What is the different running events and discuss each? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's already just 5 running events. First is the sprints. Sprints is for 100 meter, 200 meter, and 400 meter dash race. It is a short distance race which requires maximum speed throughout the entire distance. You need to give your maximum speed all throughout the sport or all throughout the running race, since it was a short distance race. Next is the middle distance. Middle distance is for 800 meter and 1500 meter. Runners then race in lanes running along the inside of the track. They are not restricted to run in their own lane. It enables jockeying for positions and tactics to play a part. It needs a great stamina since it was uh, a medium distance, or medyo malayo-layo na din. Next is the long distance run. Long distance is for a 300 meter steep chase, 500 meter, the 10,000 and the 10,000 meter. It comprises of all running races of distance from 3 kilometers to the marathon. Kasali ng marathon sa long distance run. Major competitions, the 5K and 10K races, are mostly conducted on tracks or on the stadiums. And the marathon races are conducted in the city roads, since ang marathon is more on a very long run. I don't know what's the standard for to be called a marathon, but so it just the host just provided directions, the places where they start and the finish line, then they'll do the race. That's all. Hurdles is a for there is for 110-meter for men. That is standard. That but 100-meter for women. There is also a 400-meter hurdle race, both men and women. In this race, it involves the running and jumping on hurdles or obstacles while you run at a speed. Uh, hurdles are hurdles are set for athletes. They must jump over to be qualified in that race. The last the last running event is the relay. Relay is this running race. The athlete competes a team rather than individual. They will form a team, usually by four in a team. The major aspect of relay race is the baton. The baton is the stick or what they hold from the starting line for this first runner. Then first runner starts the race with the baton, then pass it to the next runner in the team after completing the part of the run. Once he completed the run, maybe 100-meter, 400-meter, or mix 400 meter run like that, he will pass it or to the next runner after he completes his part. Then the next runner do the same, then pass it until and it goes so on until the last player finishes the race and goes to the finish line. What is the different throwing events and discuss each. There are four throwing events: the shot put, the discus throw, and the hammer and the javelin throw. For the shot put, let's go first. It involves pushing or putting a heavy metal ball called a shot put at a 7-foot diameter concrete circle. Uh, that would be their starting position on inside the circle with a mark uh, mark position. Different weights are used. Yes, they have men and women have different weights of shot put to be used. For men, they have the 16 pounds, and for women, they uses the shot put which weighs 8.8 pounds. The two main methods of used in shot put is the spin and glide, but most top putter use the spin method para hunat sila or to give them more force to push the shot put, since the shot put is medyo heavy siya. Then I'm a player bet when I'm in elementary days, so I have a first hand experience on shot put, and at first it really is not that complicated, but there's some rules that you need to follow in it. Another is the discus. Discus involves throwing a heavy circular disc as far as possible. Men throws discus weighing 4 pounds and 7 ounces, while women's discus weighs 2 pounds and 3 ounces. Discus throwers use rotational throwing technique in throwing a discus in a distance. The what they call the rotational throwing technique is you'll do a rotation, either the 360 rotation, for you to have a force to throw the discus more efficiently and as farther than just throwing it diretso ganun. Next is the javelin throw. Originally, the javelin is made of wood, but modern javelin today is made of metal already. Javelins are inspired on spear, which is a weapon on the ancient times. And also how it works is like this sphere. It should be thrown. uh, women's women's javelin is weighs 600 gram, and for men it weighs 800 grams. Javelin can be thrown huge distance, uh, and have to be redesigned as a athlete were generating throws in excess of the length of the modern athletic stadium. It is the only throw that event that allows a run up. In javelin, you are allowed to run for um, for a distance, but the rule is you don't step or hindi lalampas yung paa mo dun sa start up line. If lumampas doon, then your throw is disqualified. In this also, on every throwing competition, the discus, the shot put, and the javelin, you are given 3 attempts to in each game. 3 attempts for shot put, 3 attempts for discus. Same with javelin, 3 attempts. On on the javelin throw, for your throw to be qualified, it should leave a mark on the ground or on the surface for it to be qualified, since the markings will be used to for measuring. It will be measured from the starting line, then to the place where you make the mark. That's all. That would be for the javelin. And last is the hammer. I'm not quite familiar with hammer since I didn't play this game, but it is part of the throwing competition. It consists of heavy metal ball and a long wire handle. The hammer is thrown from a 7 feet diameter concrete circle after the thrower has spun around for 3 or 4 times. Then they have different weights. For men, and they use a hammer that weighs 16 pounds, and for women, they uses the weights of 8.8 pounds hammer. Same with the shot put, yung mga gamit nila na measure or yung waist. Last but not the least question for today: what is the different jumping events, and discuss each? I have 4 here: the long jump, the high jump, the triple jump, and the pole vault. Long jump: it is where the athlete tries to leap forward as far as possible. Athlete sprints down a runway and take off from a wooden marker board. No part of the athlete's foot uh, should cross the takeoff board, or he will be disqualified. Each athlete gets 3 attempts in each round. In this is what they are fighting is the longest jump, or yung pinakamalayong talon from the starting line or the takeoff line, then down to the landing. So the measurement here is from the landing, or the part where you landed, it will be measured, goes to the starting line. Kung sino yung pinakamalayong tinalon or distance sa tinalon, then he will be declared as the winner on the long jump. High jump, on the other hand, is the participants will try to jump over a horizontal bar placed up high without any aid of any devices. The winner is the athlete who successfully cleared the highest bar height. The high jump is the opposite of the long jump. If the long jump is vertical, the high jump is for horizontal. Oh no, the long jump is horizontal, while the high jump is a vertical jump. It uses a horizontal bar, which we're gonna be jumping in levels. Every players are given opportunity to jump, and if ever they gonna fail, then they'll be disqualified, or that depends on the rules of the competition there. And then the triple jump. All three aspects of the triple jump are required to be performed in the correct foot sequence. The foot used for the takeoff should be used for landing on the first jump. The second jump should land on the other foot, and the third jump has to land with both feet together. There are 6 attempts that need to be performed. Perform the the sequence that they also need to perform is the hop, step, and jump in one continuous sequence. If they fail to do the foot sequence, then they'll be disqualified in the triple jump. Last last event on jumping is the pole vault. I haven't seen this thing, but pole vault is a full medal track and field event at Olympic Games, requiring a competitor to leap over a bar using a long flexible pole made either of carbon fiber or the fiberglass. The winner is the athlete who can clear the highest bar height. uh, Hindi ka din basta-basta makakapaglaro ng pole vault if without any practice or without any coaches. Ganun. Kasi if you don't know how to play this jumping event, this can for it can cause injuries, something like that, or accidents, since it involves using a long pole when jumping. It was similar to high jump, but the only difference of the pole vault to high jump is the pole vault uses a long stick, which is the flexible one when jumping. Nakaka-aid din yun para push ang player or the athletes to leap up higher. That depends on the techniques that he or she was using on the pole vault. And that would be all for my report. Thank you for watching. Hope you understand. Hope you gain knowledge on my report. And have a nice day. Thank you.